We'll see if this is any good or not.
All right, let's unbox the Rhino side bag. I've already cut the tape. Yeah, I bought this. It's only $120. Pretty good brand, I guess. I don't know. See what model it is. They make a lot of different ones. And don't say. MT2040 apparently. I bought it. I really like the quick release clip here. You go on the pannier right here. You pull this, it opens them up and pops right on there. I really like that. That's awesome. To tie it down, you still need more on the sides here. Tie to the pannier, so you're still gonna have to fuss with that. The bottom. Yeah, it's still got. Yeah, we'll see. And it has a shoulder strap. So when you take it off, if it's heavy, it's still easier to carry inside. So that's pretty cool. Check out this smaller side deal. It has little compartments. It'd be nice if we had a little more side compartments, but that's okay. Yeah, it's so tall. They didn't even show this height in the ad. They didn't. They didn't even show that part. It's only about 6 inches wide, but I didn't want a really big one. I'm putting on a Suzuki DR. I didn't want a really big one. But it's waterproof. I thought they meant the whole thing, but this bag on the inside is what's waterproof, I guess. The outer part probably resisted pretty good, but see, this thing comes out. Yeah, see, this has a liner on the inside. This is the part that's very waterproof. The outer part's probably water resistant, I guess. But it looks pretty tough. Can't imagine that take a while to get that soaking through, that's for sure. Let's see how easy it is to put the bag back in. Hopefully it ain't too bad. Let's zip it back in there. See just how easy that is. Hopefully it's pretty easy. Zip that back in. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Looked like more of a hassle than that, but that wasn't bad. Yeah, see, if you open it up like this, you get a ton of stuff in there, but it's not very wide. And there's no way to zip this top shut. So you could never fill it all the way anyway. Well, let's just stuff some stuff in there. Yeah, let's stuff some. How about a laptop? Video cam. And some clothes. A little bit of clothes. Now, let's see what we need to do with this. Yeah, I think you just twist that over a couple of times where it's tight. And then the side deal here, snaps into that. Okay. That was pretty decent, I guess. And these, I was wrong about what they did before. I think they actually go here. Now that I've seen these little hooks there, that's where they go, I bet you. Like that. Then you can adjust this tight or whatever, you know, whatever you got in there. And yeah, see, it's not a whole lot of stuff. All right. Still not quite sure of this one. Okay, these two together make it a carrying handle. All right, this really wasn't meant to be a how-to video. I just bought it and thought I'd try it out and see how it works. So far so good. It just got the typical, you know, learning curve when you get something new. Yeah, let's try it out now. Put it on the bike. All right, let's see what we got here. Yep, this slides onto the top pannier. Well, then you got 6 straps, 2 on the sides, 2 on the bottom. You'd think the 2 on the low side corners would be enough to stop it from sliding around. Now what the hell's going on over there? Ridiculous amount of noise. All right, we'll start by getting that on there like this. This part actually works pretty slick, but it's all them darn side deals. And then of course you want this to, you got to do something with this long thing there. You got to do something with that, of course. We'll wrap that around the pannier on the other side. That's what we'll do with that. There, as long as that ain't in the way when you slide back on the seat. All right, now the side deals. All right, you got to loop this thing around this. Get that into that clip and do the same down here. I think it'd be best to go through there. Clip that on there. Do the same on the other side. Yeah, these things are a pain, I think. It'd be nice to have some sort of something that comes off there easier than that. You can remove it. This, you gotta feed that through there. I suppose you can, and then you just latch that in there. Now there's 2 more on the bottom. And now these bottom ones, same thing, you feed them through there. I guess they latch onto here. You lift that up to tighten the strap, I guess. And this, I think the lower corners on the sides really the only ones you need, I think. Because that thing on the top holds it pretty good. See, then you got all this. Now you got to deal with all this loose stuff dangling here. Is that gonna hit the exhaust and burn? Yeah, that might. I'm gonna have to do something with this, or it'll be hitting exhaust, flopping around all the time. I don't know. I don't know about this. You have to tie every one of these off somewhere so they don't flop around. Yeah, I'll be darned. Now the front ones ain't so bad. They can, well, even those you have to strap somewhere so they don't flop around. It's gonna slide around a little bit unless you get all of them real tight. But anyway, there it is. These things hold that down. Oh, I get. Or you can use these things on the side. I don't know why they got it so big. You could stuff it way up here if you wanted. It ain't like you're going to do that, but and of course the liner's waterproof. But yeah, it's meant to yeah, those you connect there. I think that's what them are for, to hold that down. Or if you ain't got much in there, you can kind of roll that up. But these are meant to hold that down as well. Personally, I don't like the way it looks. You got all these dangling there. Dangling things might look okay if you if they're leather and they're on an old Harley or Indian or something. But yeah, what am I going to do with all those? Personally, I think if you just use the lower side ones and got them good and tight, that'd be good enough, and it would stop it from swinging out and sliding side to side. I don't see why you really need them, all them other ones. But I was surprised how long it took to put on there. It takes just as long to take off. Say you're going to unstrap it to go into your home or a hotel. It take a while. Kind of a pain in the ass too. You can't really see down in there. I like the way it clips to the top. That's pretty good. But I don't really like the real big metal box ones. I think they're pretty good functionally, but I don't like the way they look. And if you lay down your bike, you're more likely to get hurt with them big boxes right behind your legs. Lay it down or something. That ain't good. I kind of like the semi-hard ones. They kind of hold their shape and you can get in there and pull everything out. And then I'm not sure what brand it is. I think these are Rhino. I don't know, this costs about $100, which to me actually seems like kind of a lot. But like you see on these pros, like the Musco brand, like you see on the Itchy Boots channel and that, they have this thing that's like a big, it slides out of there. Everything you got in there, you kind of wrap it up and put it in there and just pull it out, and then the shell there stays. Something like that would be nice, but those things are probably real expensive. But anyway, it'll hold quite a bit, and there's a heat shield here in the back That's why I put it on the side with the muffler. It'll, I think I'll get another one when I get one for the other side. I might get one of those kind, it's the same brand Rhino. They make one that like fits in a slot, and you just pull it out of the slot, and you don't have all them straps and stuff. That one costs twice as much, but I think that's what I'll do. But it just depends if you need a big one or a little one. This one you can fit a laptop in it and quite a bit of stuff. And I think you could probably scoot back without that hitting your leg and stuff, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not in your way or nothing. But that's what I got. It's too late to return it, or I probably would. I'd find something better, to tell you the truth. But anyway, there it is. Now you know how big a hassle it is to take on, take off. But anyway, you have my thoughts on that now, so thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.